tomorrow show, 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 tomorrow show. Oh yeah. You got that singer. You gotta sing that live, right? You do that?
The Tomorrow Show.
Oh shit, that's probably good.
Woo! The Tomorrow Show.
That's awesome. Showtime.
Hi.
Hey, honey. Hey, Gandalf.
And just
How you
pop
doing,
right
Erin D?
on.
How you doing, AC? Tomorrow show.
Oh, I like that peace mug.
It's a nice mug. Hey, Jer, what's up?
Oh, hi, Jer.
Jer Moran in the chat. Jer Moran. Yeah. We got a good afternoon from Kigley. Good afternoon to you, good sir.
You don't want to stay, Gandhi? That's it? Okay.
Tomorrow show, episode 12, season 2. What's the date? It's already February 26th.
26.
The big old 2-6.
26.
My God. 2 more days left in the month. I guess 3 days if you count today. But yeah, not much happening. Chilling Sunday. I'm being graciously hosted by my family, Chris and Amanda. And Chris gave me this sweet beanie. It's Lighthouse Films. Lighthouse Films.
Cool logo.
You know, I just want to take a minute because Lighthouse Films has supported Hope for Us Network this past year with a big gift. And that's pretty cool. They, for their charitable giving program at that company, Chris was like, let me tell you what, the Hope for Us Network is doing some stuff, doing some good stuff, doing some important work, normalizing conversations about mental health, being proactive about suicide prevention, and trying to do it with the best possible, variety so people can really like inject this conversation into everything. Leap year next year? All right.
Oh, okay. Good
We
to
got a
know.
leap year buddy friend.
Do you?
Our friend Caleb is a leap year baby.
Oh.
Alex Subek, his partner.
So he's like,
Yeah.
There's always that joke where they're like only 7 or whatever.
That's right.
I can't do math. I can't do the math now, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's every 3 years, right? So if you were a 30-year-old, you'd be like what, 10?
Yeah.
Right? You'd only have had 10 actual birthdays.
Right.
That's wild.
Crazy talk.
I'm sure you get used to it. It's like anything. I'm born on Christmas Day. People are like, "That's crazy." I'm like, "Wow, it's not that crazy." But
Actually, I tell people that it makes sense. Like, of course, like the nicest dude on earth has like his birthday on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
So
oh, stop.
Of course.
That's nice.
Yeah. He's Santa Claus.
I really did think.
Ho. Yeah. Well, thanks for dropping the link about Lighthouse Films. They do cool stuff. They're a production house. They got tons of gear, and people like rent it from them and make the movies and the TV and stuff like that you all are consuming out there when you're not on Twitch. So pretty cool. I'm very proud of him, and he's going to come join a little later, and we'll play some music. Got some guitars off screen. Maybe the dogs will walk through. You never know what could happen. So I'm at the cottage, not the tree house. I'm not at GC's. I'm not at the tree house. I'm at the cottage in Wilmington, North Carolina. So, yeah. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. I'm staying with a dog that looks almost identical. It's Phoenix, Billy. Billy's really sweet. And then there's Hunter, of course. Hunter's the man. He might come walk.
The infamous Hunter.
Hunter.
The best dog.
Best dog ever.
Whoa.
I mean, he teaches the young guns some things. You know what I'm saying? He teaches.
I think it's true, AC.
Be relaxed and chill and kind. He's a good mentor dog, I'd say. And you can tell Billy's like a little snuggle bug, just like Phoenix. So it's great. It's been nice because I miss my dog. You know. So you guys, you want to watch some? We want to watch some like some of the things that got us through this week. Just some fun little videos as like a nice fresh breath of fresh air. Scrambled that a little.
Yeah.
There's this video of a dog with a butterfly on his nose that Erin sent me earlier this week.
Look at his pink nose.
I think it's worth all of us watching on a few times.
I'd say simply amazing. If someone asked me to describe you in just 2 words, I'd say simply amazing.
So, you know, maybe save that video in your collection. Go search that one out. You got Milo the Toller.
I'm so blinky.
Is that the dog's name, Milo?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Yep. Oh,
Yeah, wonderful.
dog chef.
Yeah, you could dismiss Instagram stuff as helpful tools, but I suggest you don't because I don't know. It's important to have things that make you smile and laugh or feel
Oh
good.
my God. The one with the flower crown.
Yeah, you can cheer yourself up sometimes if that's what works for you. That's great. Come on now. Adorable dog. And if dogs aren't your thing or animals aren't your thing, find your thing so that you can kind of refer to it, especially if you're like maybe out and about and you just need a quick touchstone because you're kind of having a hard time. You're having a minute and you need to reset. So good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Milo. Well, and another one that Erin has to have the credit for is this musical number from Redoxon, and it really cracked me up. One reason it totally cracked me up is what you're about to see, but the other is that me and Erin had made these videos to like promote shows that I was playing, where we gave our dog Minnie some carrots. And she was chewing, and then we like overdubbed it and like used her chewing to make her talk. So this is so perfect.
So I actually can't take credit for this. Our friend Aaliyah sent me one of these.
Oh, okay.
And then I sent you a different one. So she found that probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Let's hit it.
You are my best friend, my only best friend. You make me happy, best friend. And guys are best friend. You'll never know your best friend, how much I love your best friend. Please don't take one chance on with best friend. You are my best friend.
Look at that
And
silly
see,
little wiener dog.
This is like all this like dog content creator does is these like.
Yeah, because there was a couple of them that
and they look so good.
And they're nailing it, and it's really fun. What's this guy singing?
Me day, I failed on my friends and my family, but that doesn't mean I gotta be happy.
It's like a whole genre.
Yeah.
Hey, Hunter, come here, buddy. Come here, dude. Can you guys hear Hunter in the background?
Oh yeah.
No.
Here he is. He
Oh.
is.
There he is.
Hey, dude.
Aww.
Yeah, what's up? It's Hunter boy. That's awesome. When the dog started singing "You're My Best Friend," he busted the door open and walked in. Yeah,
You little monkey.
and I was thinking that was a perfect song to play for Jer because he's your best friend.
Yeah.
And because AC is my best friend.
Yeah.
So those are fun. Don't forget that the internet doesn't have to just be darkness and shitty hate monger stuff. It could be cute animals and best friend parties. So use it to take care of yourself and also remember when to step away if you need to. Anyway, do you guys want to talk about this slide through real fast? A little bit about these insights. It was kind of a cool thread that you sent me, and I think it's always worth considering perspective, since access to therapy is not always realistic for everybody.
Yeah. And I think I like it. I like it too that it's like it's something they learned in therapy that stuck with them enough to put down, you know.
Yeah. So I don't know. Did you come across this just scrolling probably, right? And then you were like, oh, damn,
Yeah.
let me send this along to Mike. Well, so, yeah, as you can see, it's self-explanatory. It's just going to be kind of the greatest hits, screenshots of some of these great insights shared in this thread. If you would care to look it up and go in the comments and stuff too, there's this bunch of extra stuff, but we're just going to kind of touch on the ones that they've got here in the swipe through. I like that first one. I'll read it. You're not responsible for your first thought, but how you respond to it. Say your first thought is, ew, I look awful. You can let that build and fester, or you can say, no, I look great. Changing your thought process takes practice. And I think it's a simple example. Sorry about the siren in the background. But it's a simple example, but it's helpful. It's just one of many ways you could catch yourself in the act of kind of being mean to yourself. Those intrusive thoughts are tough.
Yeah, and they're also, you know, we aren't our thoughts. Like, yeah.
I mean, I definitely experience thoughts that are intrusive, and some of them are pretty mean, like body image for sure, like my belly or whatever, you know. So don't let those intrusive thoughts win. Good encouragement, Skramsky. But yeah, the practice thing, I like that's added. It's like not just, it's not just, hey, here's one example. It's also like acknowledging that you gotta keep at it. So I think of it, I know this is kind of weird and maybe some people find this grotesque or something, but you think of a brain all wrinkly, and those deeper wrinkles are like the thoughts you're thinking your whole life and creating these grooves because you're like, this isn't scientific, I'm just being metaphorical here. But then like when you decide to break those patterns of like saying that you don't look how you want to look, like it starts to groove in like if it was a fresh ski run, fresh powder, and you're like starting to carve into it and like make that that new little wrinkle, and it will deepen over time with practice is the hope. I don't know, that was like two metaphors, so hopefully not too confusing. Anybody care to read the next one?
Sure. Setting boundaries is incredibly difficult but necessary. Your mental health will feel like it's suffering at first because setting boundaries at first feels mean to the other person or people, but in time you'll see the benefits and it's healthier for everyone involved.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of explicit boundary setting taught. Well, maybe in different families it is, but I don't know. I'm gonna guess that a majority of families don't have the conversation to.
I think we're just starting to get there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot. There was a lot of expectations growing up that weren't like intended as I think breaking boundaries or like not respecting boundaries, but they definitely were. Like you got to be at this family thing. There's not any excuse that allows
Yeah.
you to not be at this thing. You're like, damn, I guess I got to be at this thing.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty vague, but you know what I'm saying.
Or like just like something I think that some teachers are teaching is like asking permission to be hugged. Like they're like teaching kids to like ask that. That's also consent, but it is a boundary. So I have friends that don't like hugs, and they're just like, I try to ask them, or I just know that now. But like, they would just be like, "Oh no, I'm not a hugger." So, yeah.
You know, that's
I don't really.
I've never heard of that. Like asking, you know, if you can hug someone first. Like that's definitely new to me.
Yeah.
And I guess I never thought about it either at the same time, because like, I don't know, I guess I wouldn't necessarily hug a stranger, but I would like hug a friend, like you or
Yeah.
Mike V or Scott, like someone I knew. I don't know.
Well, I think you naturally kind of, on days you don't want to be touched too. I've heard you like advocate for yourself too, and be like, "Oh, don't touch me right now." You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
'Cause I'll be going in for the hug because I'm a hugger and you're my brother. But yeah,
true. That's weird. I just never think about it that way either. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Kigley says it's a big deal for me to be asked, and Jer says, I don't initiate it, but if somebody asks, I'll do it, unless it's someone who is a cactus.
yeah, you don't want to be hugging them cactuses. Wow.
But yeah, no, it's like
interesting.
And I've seen like some really amazing videos of like them teaching preschool and kindergartners like in a circle, like ask them if they want, like, or you can have other options, you know, hug, high five, fist bump, nothing, you know, and they go around in the circle and they ask each other. It's kind of great. So
yes, well, Skramsky makes a fine point too, that like the last few years, I think we've all been a little heavily influenced on like our proximity to people because of COVID, but that like kind of rooted in like the physical affection that you observed while you're growing up, like
totally
can set like an example that you're just like, oh, that's how it is because that's what you see and that's what you know. And yeah, my family hugged a shitload. So
yeah, everyone in your family hugs. Yeah,
but I think even like not just like the physical is very important, but like I'm talking just about saying no when you don't have the time or capacity to do something. You're like mentally maxed out, and you're like, God damn it! Like I'm gonna feel bad, or I'm gonna feel like this is mean, like it says here in this tweet. But
that was something that my mom was like in high school. I just had generally a really hard time with high school. And she'd be like, if you don't go, you can always use me as an excuse. And I would. But like I think that it was her like teaching me how to like maybe I shouldn't have always used her as an excuse or whatever, but like I think it did teach me how to be able to do that and like recognize when I was in a place that I could, go be social or not, or do something I didn't want to do or not. Yeah.
Like because you feel like you're pushing yourself, overexerting yourself, whatever, spread too thin, and then you show up and you're not like your best version of yourself, or maybe you're irritable, or you're not enjoying yourself, or you're distracted. There's just like so many factors, but I think this one little statement says a lot. So yeah. What about that next one? Let's see.
You want to do that name?
AC, you feel like reading one, or you want me to read it?
Thoughts are not facts. When you're having negative thoughts about yourself, write the thought down and try to come up with 5 facts that would make that thought win in court. If you can't, then it's not worth your time and it's not a fact. It's a feeling that is momentary.
That one's funny that they're like, yeah.
Yeah, this is called putting your thought on trial. My friend does this.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You just like, you try and assess whether it would hold up in court as like fact.
Yeah, it also works. What is this cat doing? He's like, oh my gosh, you're so silly.
Is he climbing the curtains?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he was looking at the mirror up there.
Mm.
Yeah, I think you can also do this not just with thoughts, but like worries or anxieties. So like, yeah, like it. If you're anxious, like, oh, you know, I don't know, if I go to that, you know, I don't know, something bad might happen or something.
No, and that, that's like a very valid tool for like the person you're talking about. For me, I think the writing thoughts down is important, but the like whole like court like that allegory or whatever, that doesn't really work as much for me. But I think getting it out of my head is the important part.
Yeah, I think you could also look at it like pros and cons almost in a way.
Yeah,
that's kind of how I looked at it as I was reading this, for sure.
Yeah,
pros and cons list. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely. The next one says, literally just let go. It's okay. Drop your shoulders. Take the tongue off the roof of your mouth. Unclench your jaw. Take a deep breath. And try lift that weight off your chest. Most people are likely unconsciously holding on to some kind of stress, and it's not good for us. I think that's pretty simple and highlights like the physicality of it too, and like the benefit of just taking some time to try and relax your body, like just focus on like loosen that shit up, taking some deep breaths and trying to like, you know, stretch it out and all that, just moving around, get the blood flowing, and try and be aware of like, yeah, this part of my body does kind of hurt or it's kind of tight or whatever. So as you think about that, just even sitting at your computer or whatever, wherever you happen to be, you can kind of do some stuff. I'm going to shake my sillies out. I like that. Raffy, the philosopher, Raffy, baby beluga, Raffy.
What's the next one?
My jams.
You're never spending time by yourself. You're spending time with yourself. You're good enough to spend time with, even if it's just you.
Yeah.
That reminds me of The Artist's Way. In The Artist's Way, she talks about taking yourself on artist dates, like just taking yourself out on a date by yourself.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I think some people get lonely or lonely think that being lonely is a bad thing, but kind of having time alone is also really nurturing too, if you kind of are deliberate about how you're spending that alone time. Well, do you guys hear that plane?
Yeah.
There's like little,
wow.
You know, there's little planes flying around in Wilmington, North Carolina. That's where the Wright brothers probably, right? Something like that. All right, sorry, that's random. But I do think that this is a valid point. It's good to do nice things for yourselves. Like I like sometimes just sitting down in a quiet house and shredding some gnar on Tony Hawk, and like nobody bothers me because I'm shredding so hard.
I like to go window shopping by myself.
Oh yeah, that's a nice thing to do. Go walk around in a store. You don't even have to buy anything. You just like treat it like a museum. You're looking at their stuff.
I do want to do more of like going and reading on a bench, but yeah.
You got stuff like that you do, AC?
Record stores.
Mm-hmm. That's a great self-date.
Just flipping through
A
record
self-date.
dates for sure. It's almost like
Record stores.
a version of church for me. That's great. Tight. Well, the next one, I think we can just do one more. AC, you want to read it? It's perfect.
I don't know what's that mean? Over communication does not exist.
I think it means that we're like kind of reluctant to tell people how we feel, and that like we think that we're over communicating, but it's also
like, oh, I don't have to say that. That would be over communicating, or it's obvious, or they know that already, or something. But like,
that's how I take it, you know?
Yeah, you might as well say it just in case.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Skramsky says, I feel like a bother all the time.
Sure. Yeah, and I think that's everybody's natural inclination is to feel like we're going to be like dumping on somebody if we need some help. But like we have people in our life that like clearly love us. Otherwise, they wouldn't hang out with us or, you know, come help us out when we need help and stuff like that. But like you don't have to like have a dire situation to ask for help. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have a reason to tell your friend that like you think they're fucking awesome and you love them. But you know. Yeah,
that's actually something that's a boundary that like a few of my friends and myself especially are like working on, which is like asking if you can talk about your problem right now. Like, oh, I'm having a tough day. Is it okay if I vent?
Yeah, that's a good tip.
But yeah, I think like a lot of people don't communicate what they should because they think it's obvious. So yeah, and it really might not be obvious to somebody. Yeah. Scramsy says, yeah, these are all, I feel like a bother, so I'll under communicate because I don't want to be annoying, but then miscommunication happens. And then Jer says he's afraid of saying the wrong thing, but it's like, if they're your true friends or whatever, if they love you as they say they do, then that it won't be an issue.
That was the longest buzzer on a washing machine. I didn't think it was going to end. Did you hear it?
Kind of.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it being the end of February, there's a bunch of great solo self-date ideas too in the chat, like going to a thrift store, because like
the pet store,
even if you're strapped, you can go to the thrift store and maybe find yourself a little like goodie for like very little money, like a t-shirt or a sweater or something like that.
Long drives,
you're not like creating more waste in the world if you care about
long drives with albums. I love that.
Long drives, listen to your favorite albums.
I also like listening to audiobooks in the car, like just putting an audiobook on.
Pet store is pretty nice. We highlighted a little trip I did. I had to go get cat food, and I also looked at the lizards and the snakes and the birds and stuff while I was there, and the fish. Yeah, the fish and the snails. When it's chill on a weekday afternoon, good tip, hot tip. Well, there's more of these, but maybe if we have time, we'll come back and look at a couple more. But
yeah,
we've got a special guest today, right?
We do.
We got a Twitch streamer, gamer, just a general awesome person. So, Just Julia streams on Twitch, and our dude Skramsky that helps out running this show, Connected, and we want to talk about gaming. We want to talk about how gaming for entertaining other people is different probably for the enjoyment that they get from it. So should we just get Julia out here? Yeah, let's get Julia out here. Hi there.
Hello.
Can you hear us all right? We can't hear you yet. Maybe,
Can you hear me now?
oh, yeah.
Oh, yep.
Perfect. I was like really nervous because I didn't just move. I moved a couple months ago, and it's my first time ever living by myself. And so setting everything up has been crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, like when you're first nesting and figuring out where everything needs to go.
Yeah.
So I always knew that this room was going to be the streaming room. I just putting it together took me a minute because I had cabinets that were installing still sitting in here. I had put a lot of the boxes in here because I was getting couches and I was getting a table and I was getting a bed and it just so it's like a triangle.
That's cool.
Yeah. And that's the only closet.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
It's like
I
a-
have to go get the
it's
cat.
like-
I can hear him doing something he's not supposed to do. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
our cat's a little mischievous rascal, and I'm actually out of town, so I can't go get him. And if I go on mute here and there, that's because there's I guess a plane decided to run some trials. I'm in North Carolina, and I think we're by like probably one of the bases or something like that. Because all of a sudden I'm hearing like jets and stuff like that.
I think the closest thing you're gonna hear around here is if somebody knocks on my door, he'll start barking.
Where are you joining from?
I'm in Virginia.
Cool.
Mountains
Yeah.
in Virginia.
Right up the coast
Right
from
up
where
the
I currently
coast.
am. And my partner Erin and my friend AC, they're in Chicago. So
Nice.
we have a multi-state coalition happening right here in the name of normalizing, talking about self-expression as a way to support your mental health. So it's cool that you are like a gamer, and we wanted to ask you a couple like icebreaker questions right off the bat, just for fun. Okay, so Mario, Luigi, Princess, or Toad? You had to choose.
So it's crazy you asked those four because it's neither.
Oh, neither. All right. I'm kind of like an old head when it comes to video
If
games.
it came down to it, it'd probably be Toad, but like I love Princess Daisy.
All right. Princess Daisy's what's up.
She was like a really cool addition later on. Like that was.
I loved her addition to everything, so I was super like, yep, that's who I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I asked these guys earlier. AC, what'd you say? You said Luigi, didn't you?
So. I said Luigi.
Yeah. But if we were playing like nowadays, there's just so much more options. So I was thinking of like Mario 2 from NES, because like I said,
I feel like if
Old
I was
head.
playing like the old school ones, it's definitely gonna be Mario, because I mean it's just kind of like that nostalgia, like being 10 and 2-3 a.m. just hitting the buttons, and my mom's like, go to bed.
That's cute.
Wario.
Yeah, Wario or Waluigi Wario has the funniest voice. He does. Waluigi's pretty funny too, and the way he walks, he's like.
Really.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I think another good question like that is also from an old head. NES or Sega Genesis?
NES.
Nice.
And the only reason that one was quick was because I never had a Genesis.
Yeah, I guess I was kind of random. I had an NES, and then I had a Sega Genesis, and then that was it. I didn't really have anything else until like in college.
NES, and then I had the 64.
Yeah.
Nice. You called it the 64. Erin was like, I bet you played 64, because we were just doing some math in our heads.
Yeah, and yeah, we had NES and we had Sega and then we had 64 and then I think my brother got into PlayStations and stuff. But Skramsky asks you what your favorite 64 game is.
It's one of those terrible questions, right? Where you're like, I don't know. It's like your favorite song, favorite band.
I'd say my favorite Nintendo 64 game has to be it was called Silicon Space Station Valley.
Oh.
And it was like it was based on a guy and a robot that crashed into the space system, like this like little space system, and they have like different little worlds. And you end up becoming like a little chip, and you can jump into like a sheep or you can jump into a fish. It was a really strange game, but I loved it.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yes, that one.
Oh yeah, bring up some of them images. Thank you, Skramsky.
One of my favorite games. Like I thought it was like fun.
That looks vaguely familiar.
And they didn't like talk. It was like Sims where they just gibberish.
Oh, nice. Very cool. Very cool.
It was an
nice
awesome game. I had to think about it because I was like, I always know what it looks like. I can never remember like the name correctly.
You nailed it. We got this question from Scott. Do you have a favorite video game? I don't know why I said that so weird. Video game theme score, like the music from a video game.
Yes.
Bioshock.
Bioshock
yeah.
has beautiful. All three of the games were just perfectly put together.
Cool. You knew right away.
That's the jam.
I loved playing through those games, and the music was just so much fun because it's not like anything new. It's like really old school, and they really went there with the music, and I just was like, I love this so much.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. There was some Sonic the Hedgehog like music that was pretty ridiculous, synthy like bass stuff.
Yeah, when you would get into that like water, I was just thinking of the watery world.
It was it was like a biohazard kind of factory or something like that. It was like toxic waste or something like that.
Oh, now I want to play.
I know we'll have to maybe next month we'll set up a game stream because we got the Switch. We could do some fun stuff with the NES, or we even like downloaded the Game Boy emulator the other night.
Nice.
I guess it's newer, and it's kind of nostalgic and sweet.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Were you gonna say something, AC?
Yeah, I was just wanting to know if wanted to know if you were planning on seeing the Tetris movie.
There's a Tetris movie?
There's a Tetris movie?
The movie coming out about Tetris.
I didn't know that.
About, like how like it
What
came to be. Yeah.
That's interesting. It's like a bio, like about the guys that invented Tetris.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's weird. I guess not though. I just
wanted to know if you were planning on like going to see that.
Now I want to.
Yeah, I guess we gotta go see the Tetris movie. Yeah, I didn't know anything about that either. So
that's interesting.
Fun game. I like puzzles. I like that kind of thing.
GoldenEye, Shadows of the Empire. I feel like I might know what that is, but I'm not sure.
Julia, do you remember I know in your bio you said that you started playing games around 5 with your dad. Do you remember the first game that you played with your pops?
Yes, it was Banjo Kazooie.
Oh, nice.
Kazooie.
Was he just into
So my parents had 2 different time shifts. So my mom worked night and my dad worked day. So it worked out perfectly that I would spend the time with him always playing video games at night, because it was just me and him hanging out. And it was always Banjo Kazooie, Mario Kart 64, Silicon Space Station Rally. Like, he was just as avid as I was about video games. He's not so much anymore, but he'll sit and watch me play. So I do credit him for me loving video games and probably spending way too much money on them.
That's really fun.
I mean, we all have these like hobbies and stuff and interests that we spend, our spare scratch on for sure. And it's like, I think a lot of times people will minimize how important those things are, though, as far as like maintaining like those good feelings that like support your mental health and like don't cause you to spiral and like feel kind of isolated and shitty. So I think we should kind of reframe how we value our hobbies and stuff, because it's worth it to do something that you love.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, and in general, that was another great question that Scott submitted, that playing games just for fun versus streaming for entertainment. Like, you've done both. We talk a little bit about the streaming for entertainment, and then also like why gaming actually like you value it, why it like helps you.
So that's a really good question. Especially because as of right now, like, I took the little hiatus with moving and just trying to set everything back up and giving myself my time.
Yeah.
Because streaming, as many people don't, like, everyone thinks it's just getting on a camera and playing video games and talking to people, and it's not that, because you get to not necessarily meet someone in person, but you start to make these friends, these acquaintances that are, they start to tell you things about their life, and they start to like tell you, they join your Discord. And you have to also remember you have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's one of the hardest things for me, because I'm such if I can help you, I'm gonna do it. Like, I don't mind doing it. That's like my favorite thing to do. It makes me feel good, But I also need to remember that I need time for myself. So when I play video games for streaming, at first I started doing it as many times as I could, as many times as I wanted.
Right.
And then I kind of took a break and I was like, I can't do that because I'm going to fall apart.
Yeah.
And then I started having a stream schedule, and I wanted to be very firm with it. But then again, it started to become like something where I was like, I can't do this for myself because I have to do this for everyone else. And I do not want anyone to miss out on the fun that we can have. So I had started doing it for just an hour. And that's really hard when, people stream for like 2, 3, 4 hours. But I just was like, I'm going to stream for an hour. I'm going to hang out with people, and then I'm going to leave. That way I have time for myself if I want to play a game just on my own. And I do save some games to play for myself. I've played BioShock on stream, but I've definitely taken it and played on my own terms, slow, just enjoy the game. And same with The Last of Us. Like, I love that game, but I'm replaying it just so I can enjoy it a little more, because there's some little details you don't end up seeing, because when you're streaming you're looking at the game and you're also looking at chat and you're making sure your stuff's all good and people can see the game, people can hear you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a balance. Like Panda Joy said, it's definitely a balance. I've made some amazing lifetime friends streaming for sure, and I'm so glad because now when we like all come off streaming, we will sometimes play a game all together, or I get to play games with people I've never played with before. You know, so streaming is, you have to have a balance with it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, unless it's going to become like your full-time job. It's not.
It's my third, and I don't even look at it as a job. Like, it's just something I do for fun and because I enjoy it. But I have 2 jobs now. And one's a 9 to 5, and then the other one is whenever I get the phone call, I go tow cars. So that's my other job. So I have to like figure out a balance with all of it.
for sure. Yeah. Some Panda also likes your Beartooth stuff.
Yeah, I know Panda Joy. She's been in my stream, and we've met through a fellow streamer, the Ninja Shark, and was it Silver?
Ninja Shark's pretty cool. Yeah.
I fucking love the Ninja Shark. He's one of my best friends.
Entertaining streams, like just doing wild shit. Really funny, like enjoyable, welcoming, all that. So that's cool. So yeah, what about like what you get out of gaming, like for yourself? Like, what about gaming like keeps you constantly like pursuing it or investing in that interest and like having it like support you?
I like it because I find my like peace, you know. And you know, there's games that are just so mindless that it's just like racing, and it's like someone's like, you just spin around in a course. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the competitive side of you kind of comes out, and you're like, I'm not letting the computer win, or you start seeing all these levels. And I really like that about games, because certain games will have different levels, different hidden stuff, and it's the discovery of new games, like trying to figure out if I'm going to actually like this game, or am I going to not like this game, or is it going to be really difficult? Is it going to challenge me? Like, one of the games that I've played was Star Wars. It was the Jedi something. I can't even remember. It was.
I bet you Scott will find it.
There's so many.
I can't remember if it was The Last Jedi.
Is it a newer Star Wars game?
No, they're coming out with the sequel, which is Eclipse.
Is it like Fallen Order?
Fallen Order, yes.
Bam.
So Fallen Order
fingers.
stressed me out.
Yeah.
To no avail.
You're like, this isn't even fun for me.
It got to the point where I was like, because I had like stressed myself out to put myself on like a different level. But even though I was stressed out, every time I would win after like maybe an hour of battling the same boss and winning, that feeling, that's like the feeling I look for all the time when I'm playing video games. It's like the satisfaction of knowing that I was able to beat them. And
I win.
I win.
Yeah,
it's like I did it, you know, and it's like it's the fun part of it, because then you get to continue on and then still get to. I love video games because it gives my brain just enough time to like relax, because my job, my 9 to 5 is very.
Oh.
She's gonna come back. She's gonna come back and kill it. But she did freeze just now. But I bet you there. I think you're back. You're back.
Oh, that was weird. Yeah, it froze.
So I work in auto insurance and home insurance. So that's a lot. You know, I have to
all day,
with people, and sometimes some people get mad at you, and it's like, I didn't do it. I promise. I'm just here to like help you out, explain things, and it gets exhausting.
For sure.
It gets rough sometimes.
Yeah.
And then towing is fun because it's usually just picking up a car and go. But if there's people there, sometimes people like to stare, and that makes you nervous.
Yeah.
Whereas streaming, like, yeah, I know people are watching me, but I can't see them watching me.
Yeah. So you can decompress and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And then it sounds like you also have some community as far as your streaming component of it goes. So you got the enjoyment of playing the game, the feeling of winning, and then you got like people like Panda Joy that come in your streams and stuff, and yeah, just kind of enrich your life with the relationships and stuff. That's very cool, and I'm glad that like you have gaming and that like you utilize it that way.
Thanks. Yeah, I like it. I love it. I finally got a PC built, and I have my PlayStation, my
Oh, that's so
Switch,
exciting.
Xbox.
Cool.
And you're gonna get all settled in your new spot, and then you're probably gonna stream whenever you feel like it, right?
I actually started working on some graphics.
Oh,
And,
tight. Tell us about it.
So I've started working on like a new setup for when people join the stream and all that good stuff, but I also have started putting together a lot of the graphics to reintroduce myself on stream with the schedule and what games we might be playing, and then also the vocal covers that I end up doing.
Hell yeah.
I want to see if I can incorporate that in. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, nice.
You're gonna have some singing streams.
Singing, screaming streams.
Yeah, singing, screaming streams. I love that. What do you like? Can you tease us like with a song you might typically do?
I go from one range to another. So
You doing some Beartooth?
I actually have put out a Beartooth one.
I
recently.
I bet you did because it looks like you got you're repping. So that's
They
awesome.
are my number one band for
Awesome.
sure. But yeah, I've already put out a Beartooth one. I've put out an Architects song out.
Rad.
Pierce the Veil. I know if you guys like Ice Nine Kills or Movements, that's coming up. That's actually been finished. I just need to kind of figure out the right time to release them.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. And I think like if we could get a couple links dropped for people to bookmark and go check out all the streams that may be upcoming and follow you and have notifications and stuff.
I would appreciate that. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Here, let me grab my link.
Yeah, movement. Bunch. It sounds like it's heavier leaning stuff, and that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna check that out.
Yep, movements.
I did see some. I saw some of your videos, and I thought your vocals were ridiculous. I always get jealous when I see vocalists like how they can throw their voice to that brutal yell, and then just flip it to like.
It is not easy.
Like
I'm sure that there's someone out there that's gonna probably say you're doing it wrong, but it's.
And that was my next question. Have you checked out the book? Like, what is it? The Zen of Screaming, or yeah? Have you checked that out?
So, I haven't. I've watched a lot of Melissa Cross videos.
Okay, yeah.
But the thing I've noticed about screaming is it's like a big trial and error. Finding where your voice won't fall apart. And
That's a great point for sure.
Yeah.
And like if you want to get a taste, there's a YouTube link that is dropped today for later, and subscribe to
Thank you guys.
his channel and stuff.
It definitely took a lot of trial and error because when I first started screaming, I was very good at lows, very low guttural lows, but I was doing it in a way that I could not sing, so I knew that wasn't correct. So now I've reached a point where I can sing and scream, but I can't go lower than my mid or highs. I'm still trying to figure out my lows
Yeah.
because, and it's just trial and error. I mean, sometimes I just jam out in my car, turn up the volume, and just
Yeah,
rip. And I love doing that.
that's awesome. Yeah, just letting it out.
Yeah.
That's the important thing though. Like when people are scared to sing or whatever, it's like get to know your voice and like just try some things out in your car where like nobody's gonna judge you. Like no one's around. You got the place to yourself. Have some fun.
Honestly, what I tell people is like, listen, put on some sunglasses, turn up the music to the point where you can't hear anyone else, concentrate on the road, be safe, but just blast it. Trust me, the sunglasses block everyone. You don't even think about the people sitting next to you at the light.
That's awesome.
Good tip. Good tip for sure. Hell yeah. Well, we've had a great time having you on today. We understand that you got some stuff to do today too, so we
Yes.
wanted to get you on here early.
Who is this friend, real quick?
Introduce us.
This is Jazz. He's
Hi,
my little
Jazz.
old man.
Aw.
He is. I got him when I was 18.
Aw.
Yeah, he was tiptoeing around. And I brought his bed in here because he likes to be where I'm at. And I knew that there was not a bed in here. His best friend was a pit bull.
Oh.
She unfortunately passed a year ago, but they were like inseparable. So I'm currently looking for a friend for him.
Hi.
Ooh.
He's
AC
gotten into
got
a
a
lot of
little
trouble
pit.
lately.
AC's furry friend off screen is named Phoenix, and also a pit mix.
Oh, I love
Oh, what
Pit.
a sweetie.
Such a sweetie.
Oh, he's pit, 100%.
Oh, 100%. My bad. I misspoke. He's the man. I love that dog. Yeah. But yeah, we want to be respectful of your time.
I appreciate it.
And you could come on anytime. We should plan some time to stream some games together in the near future or something. That'd be
Yeah.
really,
Yes,
we'll let you
please.
get settled into your place, of course. But
Yes.
yeah, like maybe later in the spring as things get settled.
Honestly, yeah, and I'd love to do this again whenever you guys would have me. This is a lot of
Awesome.
fun, and I enjoy.
We'd be
the
down for a
conversations.
performance even, in the future. Because that'd be tight as hell. So
I can try. I'm definitely shyer than most. That's the one thing that I'm kind of scared of transitioning into my
that's all
streaming.
good. No pressure. We enjoy having you, and it's really nice to know you. So
Thank you. It was very nice to meet all of you.
Yeah, you too. I bet you'll have so much support for transitioning that stuff in.
I know I will. I just need to train my brain to know that that's what's going to happen.
that's
Yeah.
a great point. That's like harkens back to an earlier point we were talking about. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It takes time to like fight those old patterns of how we think and try and force ourselves to repeat new ones.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I really enjoyed that part that you guys were doing. It was very nice. I liked it.
Oh, thanks. Cool.
thanks a lot. Well, yeah, you keep coming back, and Panda Joy, thanks for joining the stream as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you on the flip side. Have an awesome day. Okay.
You guys too have a nice day, and remember, you are important and you are
Oh,
loved.
thank you.
Thanks.
Really, thank you so much. You heard her. Y'all are important. That was like that got me right there.
Thanks, Julia.
Yeah,
That was awesome.
that was very awesome. Do you guys want to see the theory and beats I made?
Yeah. It was
Yeah.
about it's the third part?
Yeah, so this Dulcimer Beats kind of has turned into like a series, and I like it. And it was really fun to kind of revisit this session as I was kind of cutting it together. And I'll let Scott hit us with his stunner for Theory and Beats, and then we'll set up the clip. Yeah.
When you said stunner, I was just waiting for like a Steve Austin to come out.
Oh,
yeah,
now you're asking for it.
Tricked me. That was in the past.
Like a Steve Austin or a Kevin Owens, just
yeah.
it'll happen.
Yeah, I guess I'll set up the clip though. This is basically, we started with a kind of like version of a song of mine that AC was going to do something with, and then he something happens with computers sometimes where you lose beats. Maybe it will be recovered, maybe it won't. But this third installment of this series of Theory and Beats is like the extension and enhancement, the evolution. That's the word I'm looking for. The evolution of a second song that we kind of started off sidetracking at the end. We started making another song, and then this is the follow through on that song, and it's pretty neat, and I think you like it, and you can roll that, right? Yeah.
Theory and Beats. The dulcimer beats continued. The stick dulcimer. On the last installment.
I'm going to show you this other riff. Maybe it'll inspire something.
I just want that one.
Yeah, that's plenty. AC, buddy. This has 0 words yet, but would you like me to make something up?
No, not right now.
Anything come to mind?
No, not right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna...
We're making stuff. Making stuff is good.
On with the show.
Hi, buddy. Yes, always sanitize. Well, you gravitated towards this.
Up your shit. This is the chorus. One of the best parts of the songs.
This is gonna be like heart tugger.
Why is it a heart hugger?
The musically, it just feels melancholy. You know what I mean? I've got an idea of some things to sing over this. Be like, what would you do? What would you do? That would be what would you do when you're not afraid? Let me see. I got it written down. I think like if I just fire off a couple vocal layers and I separate this idea into 2 voices, we can have a little next evolution. Cans on, cans on.
You're good.
First I'll just do what would you do, what would you do? So can I twist the...
Yeah.
There we go. Twisted and locked and loaded. Go ahead. What would you do? 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 That's loud enough. I'll record the other layer I got in mind. You ready? You ready, Phoenix? Helping out? You helping out, buddy? Cool.
And you're live.
Yeah. If you weren't afraid. If you weren't afraid. If you weren't afraid. Yeah, we just kind of see how that sounds together. Did it record?
Yeah.
Yes. You like it? Don't know where we're going, but I know it won't be boring. I don't know where we're going, but I know it won't be boring. You know, just a random notepad. Try and put these words to work. Hey. Won't be boring. I don't know where we're going, but I know it won't be boring. Yeah, so you take it and leave it, take it or leave it, and take it and leave it, and I don't know, drop AC bars on that shit, man. Quick, you know, look, imagine, you know, just how cool it's gonna end up being. It starts as a quickie, it just grows and grows each layer you add. You gonna try something?
No. Why would I do that? That sounds silly. It sounds silly. It doesn't make any sense.
You gonna try something?
Nope, probably not. It's gonna be so whack.
It's gonna be whack?
It's gonna be ridiculously whack.
Yeah, maybe.
It's gonna be ridiculously whack. If I weren't afraid, I'd have all these things that I would do, like go ahead and make some new friends and start a crew. I'll place it all to Vegas and I'll come back stronger than I ever have and fall back and never splat. Instead of trying to be dead, cause I'd rather live this life and breathe all this air. And I got into fear. I'm looking at the stare in the eyes of every young child I want to help.
How you feel about that shit?
I have to move tracks around.
Move some tracks around? I think it's gonna be cool.
I have to move stuff around. It's gonna be a longer track.
Should be good.
It's gonna be a much longer track.
I'm down with that. Longer tracks are fine.
More with this beat on the next. Theory in Beats.
Oh, hey, you got the sticks out.
Yeah, that was definitely. I had to leave. I had to leave the room.
Why'd you have to leave?
Because I was like, oh no! I hope Mike doesn't put that clip in where I was like, that was not good. And I was like, oh no! I almost sent you a text on the side. No. And it got to the part, and I just had to walk out of the room.
Did I leave in the part? Did I leave in a part you didn't like?
You totally left it all there.
I didn't leave it all there. I cut out a bunch of stuff.
I had to walk away, and this makes me feel better, comfortable. So just like walking around my apartment, I could like.
I like it. I like
there's
it.
There's nothing to be embarrassed about there, man. You were fucking going after it and freestyling some stuff, and then in that process, you probably got some ideas that you're going to refine, and the song's going to get finished, right?
I've rewritten and scrapped it 6 times since then.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's the process, and you're just showing people that it's not about being perfect. It's about like getting it out, right?
And sometimes you feel like you got to change it.
I thought there was a lot of cool shit in there, and I'm excited to finish that track with you, brother.
But I do like that your drumsticks are like
soothing.
Yeah.
It's my coping mechanism, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, like if I'm ever like, I mean, I do it all the time anyways. But like if I'm nervous about something or I'm anxious or I feel like, not comfortable, I'll just start doing this. Or like, Mike, I know you've seen me do this for sure.
Yeah, air drum and AC.
It's like, it calms me. It's weird.
It's a way of,
cool. It's good.
It's a way of dealing with your anxiety it's like if you feel like the level getting too high, you express yourself some way and try and get it to go back down. So
that's a healthy one.
Do.
Sure.
Yeah. But do you like the beat otherwise?
The dulcimer.
You went to the dulcimer sound.
I'm gonna buy 6 of them.
Very few dulcimer hip hop songs, I bet you.
I'll take a video or a picture or something of my mom's dulcimer that she basically gave to Mike, but it's pretty fragile, so we didn't take it home. But it's like a lap. It's a lap dulcimer.
Actually, they have one here, I think, in their front room.
It's similar to that one. Yes, I remember. Yes.
Yeah, it's the one that you lay down on your lap and you go, yeah. There you go, Scott. Scott's pulling it up.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different kinds of dulcimers. The ones that
one that little girl is holding actually is like the shape. Well, not even the shape of the one my mom has is like
one, as far as I understand it, and then those like more trapezoid looking things.
Yeah.
Those are like usually hammer dulcimers, I think, where you play them with mallets. These little tiny hammers that you almost
so wild.
Like being a piano, like a manual piano.
Yeah.
If you think about the inside of a piano where there's the little felted mechanism that strikes the string. Yeah.
What? Gramsci, your great grandma collected them? That's cool. And flutes and recorders. There's this really funny character in a show that I love called Call the Midwife. And she plays the recorder. It's horrible. Everybody makes fun of her. She plays the recorder. It's like really silly. But there's recorders that are like gigantic, and I didn't know that. Like she plays one that's it's like the size of like a
bass recorder.
It's like the size of like a bass clarinet. It's like big.
Yeah,
super fancy. Wow.
Bigger, they sound lower, I bet. Right?
Yeah.
And if you have like a really tiny one, it's like beep, like a piccolo.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. The ones with the little mouth, the little like funny mouthpiece thingy. That's what the woman in Call the Midwife played.
That is a recorder extravaganza right there. Makes me want to bust out my slide whistle, but my slide whistle's at home.
Okay. Isn't this amazing though that people before there was very much technology, figured these things out? All these instruments are very old.
Yeah, all these different how the ways to change pitch and make music. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this piece of wood, hammer in these strings, and then Yeah, and then I'm gonna take this piece of wood and I'm gonna put holes in it. It's amazing.
I don't get
Well, it's amazing. I think Chris is waiting backstage.
Oh, cool.
He's getting all ready, stretching out, doesn't want to pull a hammy.
I don't want to pull a hammy.
Gandhi, did you just have some catnip?
Look at this guy. Look at that.
Hey,
Hey. Hello.
Erin and AC.
Double guest tomorrow's show. This is a double
Hey.
guest.
Yeah.
Hey, there's also a really talented lady over there, but she might not want to come say hi. I don't know. I'm not, no pressure.
No pressure.
Hey.
Just got back from taking a walk. Also excellent self-care. High five, air high five.
Mm-hmm.
Were you chipping some balls out there?
I did chip a couple foam balls, a couple golf balls.
He's got these foam yellow golf balls that he's like from basically one corner of his yard to a flower pot. He's just been trying to nail it. Did you get a hole in one yet?
I did not.
This motherfucker got so close last night. It was like,
Or you said they're foam?
They're foam, yeah. They're like little foam practice balls.
yeah.
Are they lighter?
Oh, they're way lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's concerning.
You could like take a full swing like at the house.
Yeah, he's like hitting them at the house.
No worries.
Yeah.
No worries.
They
Gotcha.
won't break a window or anything like that.
Yeah, golf has been bringing me some joy lately. Been
Yeah.
enjoying that game that I used to play when I was younger, and I've kind of found that like inspiration to play some more.
I think Aaron might have something to say about that.
About golf.
Oh, just
About you and golf.
Oh,
Did you have a random experience at
I had a
work?
random customer who was talking about where he was from, and I was like, "Oh, that's where my partner's cousin is from." And then I said your name, and he was like, "Yeah, he was on the golf team in high school." He like that's how he knew you.
You're a legend. Is
Oh my
basically what
goodness.
she's saying. Is you're
Yeah,
the,
I forget his name. His name's Bob's. I forget his last name.
I don't know. I knew that.
Hey,
it
Bob.
Had, I know it had happened. So yeah.
It was funny. Yeah, he knew you from the golf team in high school.
That's funny.
Tell him how far you drove. Your drive was at
When?
Myrtlewood.
306 yards.
Oh, come on. Get out of here.
306 yards. It was pretty awesome.
That
That's
is
awesome.
Can you believe that? That's professional shit.
Yeah.
That's distance.
That's-
That a pro would be like, not bad, not bad. Do
Yeah, the other ones were like 260.
you have a favorite golfer?
John
Payne Stewart.
Payne
No.
Stewart is actually one of my favorites.
He had the pants.
He had the pants.
No, who were you gonna say?
I was gonna say John Daly.
John Daly. He's like the punk rock PGA.
Punk rock.
Really?
Yeah.
John
He was the one
Daly. He's
people up, right?
potentially problematic.
He's a problematic. He was one of the most problematic PGA players.
He's kind of like
He didn't
Happy
give a
Gilmore in real life.
Now he plays golf with like a cocktail in his hand, no shoes. He looks awesome.
Nice.
That's life.
He's definitely the like Dennis Rodman of the PGA
Yeah,
world.
yeah. I guess it's
John McEnroe.
John McEnroe, tennis player that would blow his top all the time, right?
He's the GOAT. He's the best.
Yeah,
He's always yelling at people.
He like makes fun of himself too, like in some movies. So, I mean, I think there's something there.
Yeah.
Something humanizing about that. My
Scrappy.
first time golfing. Yeah, you want me to read that?
Yeah, my first time
First time
golfing was
golfing.
at Top Golf, and I was interning with the development department for my university's athletic department. And the entire senior coaching staff watched me whiff it 20 times in a row. It haunts me. Ugh.
Trust me, there is nothing more haunting than
Whiff
whiffing it or chunking it
in front
or
of some people impressed.
yeah, it's like, oh boy, I had PGA with like a gallery of people, I would kill
Yeah.
somebody.
Yeah.
You'd probably,
But that's
you'd
where
probably go Happy Gilmore on them.
it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. But that's the mental aspect of the game, right? And it's
keeping your
trying
cool,
to
keeping your composure,
keep your cool even when you do have bad shots. Not that, but just blowing it out and being like, we're moving on to the next shot. It's a whole new shot.
There was so many times when me and Chris would golf when I was younger.
Yeah, we did golf a lot.
And I would always lose my shit. Like I had like no ability to
no
calm myself once I got frustrated with the game, and it was just like, I don't know. It was just like, and then you'd be like, you'd feel ashamed because you lost your cool, and just totally like threw a club in the lake or whatever.
Mike, I'm not laughing at you not.
It's okay.
Well, I'm laughing at picturing a young Mike V losing his shit, just like chucking a golf club.
Where I throw things.
He does this face, AC. He does a.
I got better at it. I got better at controlling it.
Yeah.
I remember one specific time where we were both like neither of us were the ones throwing a fit. It was one of our dads. It was both of our dads, basically.
Your dad threw the best fits on the golf course. I was like,
there was one time though where your dad threw his last ball down, and he's kind of a God-fearing man, so he doesn't curse a lot. So he said Jesus, Mary, and Joseph with like the like kind of emphasis of a fuck. Do you know what I mean? Like he threw this ball out, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph, and me, Chris, and my uncle Damien are all just trying not to laugh because he's like really hot. Yeah. He's really pissed right now. And Uncle Damien cracked up first, and he's like the adult, and he goes, Chris. Like Chris would somehow like made it out.
Scapegoated, yeah.
And then we all just cracked up. We laughed
so
up,
hard.
and it cut the tension. And Uncle Tom was able to be like, "It's just a game."
Boy, boy, that's embarrassing.
I took the Lord's name in vain, and I'm sorry. And we finished, and we had Frankencheesy. It was at Itasca. If anybody is taking notes.
Frankencheesy,
definitely.
That was the cheddar dog wrapped in bacon.
It was a big fat hot dog wrapped in bacon and cheese. It was the most unhealthy thing you could get, but I was a growing boy.
Oh yeah.
So, play some tunes.
Is golf like tennis, where you have to be like everybody in the audience is silent?
Is golf like that?
It was like very like back in the day. It was very proper.
When you were on golf team though,
quiet please.
Was it like that too?
Yeah.
Everyone was just like
golf
was there a lot of shushing?
Quiet please.
Yeah.
Quiet please.
Yeah.
Did you ever like on the tee stare daggers at somebody that was talking while you were trying to tee up?
No.
Okay.
No, I usually just swing anyways, and I was like, shit, I was distracted. Oh, I totally whiffed it, or I just towed it right off into the.
I don't know if we have any.
I'm in a parking lot somewhere. Are you kidding me?
I don't know if anybody else out there likes Happy Gilmore, but I keep thinking of that movie.
Happy Gilmore's a fun movie.
When he just flips out and is just like beating the shit out of the ground with the club. I was like early teen and like all hormonal and just like would rage for stupid shit. But
that's what John McEnroe did, but with his tennis rackets. And he would hit his tennis racket on the ground, and he would like yell at the caller, and it was intense. And like now there's a lot of that. They've changed it so it's like it's all like auto calls now, so you can't even yell at a person about it.
Oh, really?
Because it was like such an issue for certain players.
I mean, it's like when you look back at that, I'm sure John McEnroe like has to look back at that, and unfortunately, he's being taped by a live broadcast. Yeah. And you probably are like, what am I doing?
Yeah, and now he's always he's like a announcer, like one of the, what are they called?
like
commentator.
a commentator.
A commentator. And so, yeah, he's talked about it a lot.
Commentator.
Well, those are the things you learn. Like golf for me in high school was a lot of disappointment, a lot of anxiety on the golf course, trying to perform, trying to be good, like you should. But then it's like that mental game. It's 90% mental. It's like everything's easy, but all that noise in your head, and then you throw clubs. Like I think I won a medal in varsity for the most broken clubs in a season.
They gave you a cool.
Well, I didn't get the medal, but it was like, the most broken clubs.
It was like a superlative.
Chris, yeah.
Jer says that McEnroe's in every Adam Sand he's in anger management at least. There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's pretty neat.
Movie.
That's pretty neat.
Great
I remember
movie.
him being in a Sandler movie, like popping up, like maybe like Big Daddy or like.
Yeah, right.
So golf's it's a very therapeutic sport, and now the fact it's fun.
Yeah.
I like
It's hard.
trying to play. It's hard.
challenging.
Yeah.
But also, hey, I get to be outside.
I get to enjoy the fresh air.
Hey,
I get to think nostalgically and fondly of
memories
with my family, like my dad or my uncle. Or...
Well, I think your dad loves like meeting his pals out there on the courses.
Oh yeah. You get to meet random people if you're like going out by yourself and you get paired up with a random foursome, and it's like, hey Phil, good to meet you, good to know you.
How are you?
Sandy, okay.
Sandra, Chuck, good to see you.
Hitting from the yellows, all right.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Well, cool. Yeah. No, more self-care. There we go.
Self-care is what it is.
Lighthouse.
Mental health.
That's your thing.
Lighthouse Films. Yeah, that's where I work.
That's your jam, huh?
That's the people who pay me to take care of their equipment.
Yeah. So how did you guys do you guys just normally support a charity each year? And
oh yeah, so we do Charity Tuesday. Yeah. Which I believe is in it's like January.
Sure.
It's like a charitable Tuesday where instead of like going online and buying something for yourself or doing something, you donate to a cause that means a lot to you, and it can be any cause. So Lighthouse Films, they take care of us, and they also do really great things for the community. Because Lighthouse Films is about community. It's about lifting up your community, and we really believe in that sort of growth as a community. So
that's beautiful.
They every charitable Tuesday they say, hey, let us know where you want us to donate, and then they donate. What was it? It was like $250 or $500 for everybody.
I'm not sure, but it meant a lot.
Yeah. So the Hope for Us Network, I believe in mental health and how important it is to just take care of your mental health. If you don't have that, you don't have, it can feel very lonely. So being proud of yourself and knowing that it's all right, it's okay. Yeah. We're all trying to do the same stuff.
Whatever gets you to tomorrow, because every day has the potential to be great or really shitty and difficult. So just remember, sometimes you can't control it all, and you can control some of the things that do help, like playing some songs, if that's something you like, making some movies like Lighthouse Films, or like volunteering in your community. Sick Beanie is right.
Sick Beanies.
Right. Volunteering in your community. There's organizations out there doing lots of different shit, but like maybe you work for a company like Lighthouse where they already have something set up where they're like, there's a direct line with some sort of community initiative that you can take part in, because that can feel really meaningful.
You should try and throw up the link. So Lighthouse Films during there
it is.
Yeah, throw up a link. There's a documentary that Lighthouse Films produced during the pandemic and during the George Floyd.
Oh, is it on the website?
There may be a link on there. If not, we'll get you guys a link to check it out. It's called 18 Forward. But Lighthouse Films donated all the money and did all the documentary film work in the field about putting up a Black Lives Matter sign. So it's about being able to put that up in such a southern town, and there was a lot of pushback from the commissioners and the people in New Hanover County, and it's really uplifting film, and being able to come together with artists and support each other was just such a cool way for Lighthouse to support the community. And
that's awesome.
But it's called 18 Forward by Lighthouse Films. We'll get you a link so you guys can check it out. It's very, very uplifting.
I want to find it.
Cool. Okay, so he pulled it up.
Oh, he's already got it up.
He pulled it up, but yeah.
There it is. 18 Forward.
18 Forward.
On Vimeo.
Cool.
Yeah, check it out.
Is this the full thing right here?
It should be. Yeah, you should be able to watch it on YouTube or.
Tight. Yeah, like bookmark that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lighthouse Films. It's a company that I really believe in, and also they do really great work. And to me, doing great work in the community is very inspiring to how we all do our jobs, on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. It looks beautiful. Yeah. Hey, those films and stuff, and even advertising to like a degree that I think we need to acknowledge influences a lot of shit. So it's really cool to those empathy machines to share stories in a way that people can engage with it when they otherwise might not have. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're like on their Netflix or they're on their whatever streaming platform they're watching shit on, and just they come across that, they watch it, and they're like, oh, instead of like maybe missing the whole point. You know what I mean? Right. So that's tight.
Yeah.
Do you guys want us to play some Vino? This is a little Vino reunion concert.
I would love that.
Can we close out the show with a tune or two?
Yeah, we got like 20 minutes,
like
so
back,
like two songs, maybe two, maybe three. I don't know. We'll see what
Look at that sweet pup that you got, AC.
The sweetie. Hi, buddy. Phoenix. Hi, Phoenix. Hi, Bubba.
Phoenix.
Yeah, Bubba. Look at that chin.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta show you.
Gandalf.
Boop.
Some boy.
Minnie's in there somewhere. Boop.
Yep. That's awesome.
All right. Can we scoot over this way? Once you get situated, it won't beep. It won't beep at you anymore. I could probably undo this. Ah, you're good. All right.
Ooh.
Turn this guy like that.
Look at that fun thing.
Yeah, this is Buddy's guitar. Dave, if you're watching, which you may not be, it's still beautiful and good to go.
It's beautiful. I got to enjoy it a little bit.
Yeah, it's what did we discovered it was a 1963,
definitely like a 63-ish
Junior
SG Junior. Hey, you want to check it? SG Junior. It has like what looks to be the remnants of the vibrola, but the tailpiece is not there, so I'm not really sure. There's some things that we couldn't figure out, but it's generally like a 60s, maybe 70s, because we went on like a little fact-finding mission and discovered that so during the 60s and 70s, Gibson guitars got crazy popular. So they started churning them out. And instead of the serial numbers containing this pattern of like scrambled information, because like in the beginning, you could look at a serial number and you could tell what year and month and day that it was made and stamped. You could tell what number instrument of that run, say like 267 out of 300 or something like that. Anyway, they got so popular, they were just churning them out, and they were stamping the headstocks where the serial number appears with just random generated 6-digit numbers. So they didn't really realize that would create some duplicates. And the point of a serial number is that there is no duplicate. So it could be a 70s, it could be a 60s. It feels like 60s. It could be a 70s. I don't know. It's in really good shape. It's pretty awesome. I like it. So, guitar nerds.
That's funny about the serial numbers.
Yeah. Serial numbers are interesting. All right. Yeah, we're going to play a song called These Days that we haven't really recorded or anything like that. But it's a really great song, and I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we fall away, so easy to waste time, working and struggling, practicing juggling, with somebody to tell me, and where is the living wage these days? Will somebody tell me, where is the living wage these days? These days. I'm carelessly spending all of my time working that old 9 to 5. Guess I'm just trying to stay alive. Just trying to stay alive. And we're drifting and slipping and falling away. You said we'll figure it out and we'll manage someday. And we're drifting and slipping and falling away. Said we'll figure it out and we'll manage someday. 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 I hope we manage someday. Ready? Woo! How many things can you fit on your plate? It's a balancing act that is bound to go great. How many things can you stand to create? How many things can you fit on your plate? It's a balancing act that is bound to go great. Well, I'll figure it out and we'll manage someday. It's a balancing act that is bound to go great. Well, all figure it out and we'll manage someday. We'll all manage someday. We'll all manage someday. We'll all manage someday. I hope we'll all manage someday. You're gonna manage someday. You're gonna manage someday. I hope we manage someday. Dream chord ending chord. Dream chord ending. Dream chord ending.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. This guy, huh? He wrote that guitar riff and it's fucking sick. Oh, trade you.
Oh, very nice.
Look at this thing. See the thing?
That's really
Look
fun.
at the shape of that pick guard. It's a little dip.
Definitely different for an SD.
Right. Pretty classic. All right, we're gonna play a song from Christopher Thomas on Bandcamp, baby. Go get it.
Yeah.
Quarantine Carousel. The record's not called Quarantine Carousel, is it?
It's called Here We Go Again.
Here We Go Again. Yeah. And this song is called Here We Go Again.
Exactly.
Right.
Breakable, cracked, and damaged sign. We're seeing the struggles, ignoring the signs. The day I left you, I went to find just where I left my happiness behind. City lights in the southern rain, reflecting pictures of love and pain. All the broken cracks up in my heart, you know soon they'll heal, but I'll keep the scars. And who are you? I said, who are you now? And who are you? Tell me, stars, do you actually align? Or are you just scattered like a still in time? And we just cycle going round and round. You know even the good days will let you down. I thought I told you the river runs high. Another day in the dicks, another day I die. No, you can't blame me, but you can blame my mind. 'Cause all I'm seeing all the broken time. And who are you? I said, who are you now? Who are you? Ooh. And here we go again, my dear. Made it through yet another year. 11 years later, and here we are. Some days I thought we'd never make it this far. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Place how you fancy, still coming up short. Maybe one day we'll end up on Mars, still looking for robots to drive our car. And who are you? I said, who are you now? And who are you? Who are you? Said, who are you now? Who are you?
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Nicely done. I love when Streamlabs gets pissed at somebody for getting hyped. It's like an auto mod that like it's don't use all caps. Don't send long messages.
12-inch text.
Well, Chris, I think your lyrics are just so gorgeous.
Thank you.
Hey, you got any questions for the man about that song? Go ahead. Go ahead, ask him.
Well, that song was like pretty much a me sort of pondering over a lot of time from my struggle with mental illness in my 30s and to where I found myself the day I wrote the song, really, and having moved and from Chicago all the way to Wilmington and the struggles I dealt with there. So it was really sort of kind of leaving my my trauma and growth, really, all my growth and shame I felt about that behind, because in front of me were all these broken times, you know, with the pandemic and our Donald Trump as president. Everything was broken. So
it's hard,
this song was really
Very
one of
hard.
those things for me to sort of speak what the past and the future represents. And it's, you know, history repeats itself too. So it's, for me, it was, here we go again.
Yeah.
I can't control
That's so, thanks for sharing that. It's also it's also a relatable,
for sure,
relatable for other people to that question about yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
It's like kind of said like that, right?
Yeah,
That's how you would say it.
Yeah, I knew depression very well, and I still know depression very well. And when you feel that blackness and that cloud, you know, that hazy heaviness, again, that's a here we go again. Yeah, you know. But,
yeah.
Music helps.
Music helps. It's a huge outlet.
Dogs help.
Yep. Dogs and music.
So everybody out there listening today and in future times, don't undervalue the things that make you joyful and happy. They are medicine in their own right to keep us well, and mental health is your health. Stop saying work stress is the only kind of stress a person can have without being crazy. Change your language, change how you think about it. We're not crazy. We're just in touch with the fact that
we're all human.
We have mental health stuff to take care of. Do you want to play that?
Sure, yeah.
Let's play that one since we got 5 minutes. That's gonna be perfect.
All right. Let me grab my
your capo. You need that capo?
Here.
Baby Phoenix.
Come here. You want to say hi? Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi.
Billy.
Billy.
Look at him.
So similar.
He's silly.
So
let me play some guitar.
All right, this is another song that I wrote called For a While, Maybe Longer. New Year's here, last year's gone away. Love yourself, and everything will be okay. For a while, maybe longer. For a while, it may be longer. For a while, maybe longer if we let it go. Time ticks on, is leaving us behind. 'Cause living in the past, it's the same as being blind. Well, hold your head up a little longer. Life will never go as planned. You find your way, go on, break your plans. Well, turn up the volume, let it flow in your ear. Get on the train and watch it roll. And face your fears. Hateful feelings always take their toll. If we don't let them go, let it go. Time rolls on, now the New Year's halfway gone. And all these things, you know I haven't done. But I'm trying to be stronger, and every day that I wait. Life it sure ain't easy, that's okay. Turn up the volume, let it flow in your ears. Hate and fear, watch it roll. Face your fear. Hateful feelings always take its toll. If you don't let it go, let it go. Today is here, and yesterday's gone away. So love yourself, and theirs will fly away. For a while, it may be longer. For a while, it may be longer. For a while, maybe longer if we let it go. Let it go.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
4 o'clock on the dot, y'all. Well,
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time.
3 o'clock Chicago time.
Yeah, so I just want to thank you for playing some music with me. Cross it off the list. It's been really nice to see you. I can't believe I got to go home tomorrow, but I do miss that couples of peoples up there.
Oh yeah, I bet you do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's
Miss
beautiful.
Aaron, Miss Gracie.
Miss you too.
This was a fun stream. Thanks everybody. Thanks our guest, Just Julia 94.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you
Yeah,
for
that was cool.
all the people tuning in. And thanks for that line. Hateful feelings always take their toll.
Oh yeah.
Let it go. Shit.
Let it go.
I love that line because it reminds me of the heavy baggage that I've carried and so many carry. And it's okay to set it down. Sometimes you need a song to do that, or a painting to do that, or a friend to have a conversation with to do that. So we'll always be here every other Sunday to talk that talk, walk that walk, and make mental health a priority for talking about with people we care about in our community. So
Yeah. Thank you, everybody who did comments in the chat today.
it was
for
hot.
joining
It was
us.
hot. It was hot. Hot comments. Hot comments. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks. It'll be a new month, and with the new month comes new opportunities to do it different. If you're upset with how last month went, you're doing great. You're doing great. You're fucking doing great. You're amazing. So have fun out there. Enjoy the
Don't
rest
forget to drink water and take your meds.
Oh, and then Carl's going to be coming up here, and after the chat, he I believe is going to talk about something. Yeah. So that's right. Is that right? I think that's right.
Well, yeah, not live.
Okay, cool.
Cool.
Love all you good people out there.
Yeah, I love you guys. Thanks.
Let's see you next time.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
For